Senator Urso.
Thank you, Madam President. Thank you for having that resolution read. The resolution we just heard marks the 115th observance of International Women's Day around the globe and the 39th observance of Women's History Month here in the United States. And each of these has its own theme. We always work with the theme we like best. So this year we're using the Women's History Month theme, which is Leading the Change, Women Building a Sustainable Future. And playing off this theme are the ideals of leadership succession for women, intergenerational equity, and financial sustainability, all very important for women in our generation. This chamber took a very bold step last year when it became the first legislative body to pass the nation's first Menopause in the Workplace bill, which went on to pass the House and Governor McKee signed into law. And this step really elevated these very ideals. And I want you to know that the country took notice. Our state and its landmark law have been the subject of or highlighted in over 70 international and national publications, broadcasts, podcasts, and webinars, underscoring its significance. It has become model legislation in this country and has inspired dozens of bills on the topic of menopause, everything from workplace protection to coverage for medications to education of doctors, education of the public. And last year at this time, there were a total of 12 bills or resolutions on this topic. This year, there are 55 bills in play across the country. Forbes magazine actually wrote about our bill 5 times in the last year, and one of their headlines was, "Rhode Island Law Leading a National Trend to Protect Menopause in the Workplace." And on the West Coast, Fox 40 in Sacramento announced that legislative efforts in over a dozen states have been led by Rhode Island's groundbreaking mandate. We even inspired municipal legislation when the city of Philadelphia passed our bill into law last November rather than wait for their state legislature to do it. And Congresswoman Ansari of Arizona has hinted at introducing a federal workplace protection bill this year. So, in short, we started a movement in this country with a law that Huffington Post called a stunning law that will change women's lives. So when we talk about leading the change, we led the first shift in workplace culture intended to elevate advanced career working women. And, you know, it's easy to talk about elevating women, to talk about supporting them, to write resolutions and pass resolutions and hold events and celebrations. And all of those things are important. I fully agree. But as we're building our sustainable future, it's in the changes that come about from the actions that we take that truly make a difference. And we can feel confident that we have helped women in Rhode Island and around this country to be able to achieve at their highest levels, reach their highest grades of pay, and adequately prepare for retirement. And that is what Women's Day is all about. So I thank you, Madam President, and I move passage of the resolution.
Senator Urso moves passage of the resolution. All wanting to second, please press your green button.